Hello, welcome to another series of our step-by-step tutorial guide in Microsoft Word. Today we are going to be discussing about the font group. Okay, the font group, which is this particular section. Now, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. Subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so that we can get you more videos like this. This is one of the free online course tutorial that we are running. It is basically free and you can access it from anywhere. Now we are trying to give you a quick guide step by step on how you can use any kind of application. Now if you're having challenges with a particular application, please comment below so that we can review the application and see how we can guide you in the process. Now today we'll be looking at the font group in Microsoft Word. Last time we had talked about the clipboard group, which is this section within this particular ribbon, and today we want to look at the font group. Now, what is basically the font? Now, just like you can see here, the font is the text. The text you see here is what we regard to as the font. Now, naturally, while you are trying to edit your work in Microsoft Word or any application, and formatting the font is another very key important thing that you need to understand. Okay, because to format the font, you will be able to get the particular style you want. For instance, let's say I am going to school. Okay, now this is the text, right? It comes with the natural font. Now let's say my sister is here. Okay, now this is the default normal style if you look at it from here. However, we can increase the font, we can reduce it, and we can apply color and the rest. So we are going to take like the goal of this tutorial is to follow step by step every single aspect that we can within Microsoft application. The first thing is, let's hover down your mouse to this section where you will see the font type, the size, increase size, decrease size, change the case, and the rest. Now, in trying to format your font, the very important, you have to highlight the text. Always remember this. Before you format your font, always highlight the font. Wherever you are, wherever the font is, highlighted. Once you highlight it, then you can apply any font type or font format of your choice. The first one is to look around the type here. You can see we have different types here. Alright, let me quickly increase it a little bit. Let me make it bold so that you see what we are trying to do. Now, the first thing, if you highlight this, if you go to the font, you can see that you have different types of font, and you can select them based on what you are doing, based on what you are looking for, based on inspiration, based on how you want your font to look like. Okay, so if you made a choice to pick any one, it has applied to it. The next one is the size. You can directly enter the size here from your keyboard and put any size you want. Okay, this one is obviously too large, or you can just pick the arrow and select from the list here. You can see the maximum here is about 72. If I increase it down, it's still 72. Let me click on it. However, if I type directly inside, I can see type maybe 100. You understand? So the next one here is to what? Increase font, increase and decrease, these two icons. Now, another important objective of this course is for you to, by the time you see some different icon, you should be able to recognize them. Like the one just between these two, between this size. Now, one is decrease font, the second one is to decrease. This first one is increase, this one is decrease. And you can work your way around it by hovering your mouse around the icon. You will discover that it will tell you that increase font size, control plus arrow, you understand, will make your text a little bigger. That means if you hold down the control key and hold down the arrow key or the open bracket, you understand, you'll be able to increase and decrease the font. So it's more like a shortcut key for you. Now, then the next one here is what? Change case. What is a case? Now, usually the default case is a sentence case. Now, what is a sentence case? A sentence case is where you have the text all in small letter, but it begins with capital letter. Then the other one, which is the lowercase, all the text are going to be in lowercase. Remember I say you always highlight it. Always highlight your text. Now, then the title case, which is the uppercase, all the characters are going to be in capital letters, while that of the toggle key, capitalize each word, it will capitalize the first word within the sentence or within the group of words that you have selected. So if I use capitalize each word now, each of the first letter will be capital letter. Okay, now the next thing here is to what? Toggle is the opposite of capitalize. That way every other thing will remain small letter, every other thing will remain capital letter, then the first one will be small letter. Something like this. I'm sure you don't want to have something like this anyway. Now, then the next thing here is to clear what? Clear all format. Now, notice when we first entered MS Word and start typing, this takes us to the natural format, the default setting for MS Word. But when we want to remove all forms of formatting, we can use this button, and it will remove the bold, the color, the font type, the indentation, whatever you must have applied to it, whether color, anything, it will remove it. Okay, so that's what this clear formatting will do for you. It will take your text back to the original state in which it was. Now, the next thing you see here is BIU, bold, italics, underline. So let me increase the size of this text a little bit, increase it so you can see what we are trying to say. Now, if you want to bold your text, first of all, just like I said, always highlight your text. You can bold it. You can see it's a little bit darker than it was before. Then you can underline it. You can italicize it. You can italicize and underline it. Then the other option here within the underline is specify the particular type of line that you are interested in. So you can quickly select any of this based on the result that you want. Okay, now the next one here is what? Double strike. Strike through or double strike through. Now, usually a lot of people have been asking me so many questions about using hashtag. They use hashtag for $sign. It wasn't giving them what they want. They use some other means to create a naira sign and so many other things. But anyway, the whole idea about strike through is to strike a line in between the character, in the middle of the character. For instance, you can see N here. If I click on this icon now, this is the result I'm going to get. Some persons are comfortable having this as a naira sign. Now, some other persons who are not comfortable with having this as a naira sign would probably consider a more advanced option. Now, let's say we have N, which is your N letter, capital letter. You can open this arrow here. You can click on this arrow. Okay, it will bring out what we call the font dialog box. Now, the font dialog box here will allow you to do some other customization that you may not necessarily have within the icon that you are seeing here. Just like the fact that we don't have double strike through. Okay, so in this case, you'll be able to apply double strike through, apply small cap, shadow effect, and the rest. So if I click on this, you can see this is another different version of the naira sign that we may likely use. Now, this is very important to note because you don't know where you would find yourself. You don't know where you would likely be using something like this, and it is very important you understand how to apply this. Now, the next one here is the superscript and subscript. The subscript and superscript. So subscript is the one that the letter will go below the text, while the superscript, the letter will go above the text. In terms of 2x squared, let me give an example. If I had to write an equation, 2x squared minus 5x, so is equal to 6. So for instance, the 2x squared, the x here should be superscript, which is where this one comes in. You understand? It will place the text, the highlighted text, a little above the current one. Then the subscript will place it below it. Okay, let me just say log of what? Log of 2 to the base 10 is equal to 5. Alright, so here I'm going to say the log. I'm going to drop this to log 2. Okay, let me drop the 10 to the base 10. Let me drop this as superscript, something like this. Okay, so the superscript will drop down the text a little below the normal margin for the text. So that is subscript and superscript. Now going further to this, you will see some other transparent effect, text effect, typographical effect, shading, and some other color options. Now the first one is what? The first one is the text effect. Now depending on the styling, the nature of styling, if you are very good at styling, or if you are if you are interested in styling your work, let's say making money, let me say TCI library affiliates program. By the way, TCI library, you can join an affiliate program and earn commission on any sale, 20% commission. So let's say you have this TCI library. I'm going to highlight this. You can select different types of style here to apply to the text without necessarily maybe doing a lot of customization on the text. So this one carries a lot of things. It carries both the color, shadow effect, and the rest. And if you dive into some of this, you'll be able to see how you can change some of the color. You can change the color combination. You can change the weight of the lines. You can change one or two things within this same section. If you want to grow, you can pick a particular magnification so that you can magnify the text, make it look embossed and engrossed with shadow all over its edge. So obviously, just like I said, it depends on what you are trying to achieve, and you may probably not be using more of this feature often, but at least it's very good you know how it works, how you can use them in the event that you'll be using them tomorrow. So the next one here is, let's now talk about highlighter. This one now is highlighter. What does this do? First of all, if you click on the arrow and select any color, you have something like this. Let me pick the tools. Yeah, you have something like this. You can see it like a pen. What you do is, by the time you click and drag on any text, the highlighted color would highlight the text. And if you continue that for as many texts as possible, that is the result you probably get. That's just what it does, nothing more than that. If you want to change the color, you can go ahead and change the color, but you still have to draw again. If you change the color and pick the tools again, let me put it from in between here. Okay, I've dropped this. Pick the tool again. I want this color. I want you this color. You highlight it. I want you this color. So we call it the highlighted, text, whatever, text highlighter. So it makes your text, pop by highlighting it in bright color. So obviously, if you have a very large document and you're trying to maybe create emphasis on certain areas, certain text, you may likely be using something like this. All right. Okay. Let me give an example. Assuming equals to run between 2,5. Okay. All right. This is obviously a bunch of text. Alright, I use this script to basically generate some random text so that we can illustrate something. Now, so this is a text. Now let's say maybe this is a document I'm sending to someone, but I want to create emphasis about certain things. I can use this text highlighter, grab any one of my choice, and just go ahead and set way to help you. It's something you need to know. Or for example, the new theme, you understand? So definitely, if somebody is reading through this text now, you see that the person will be curious enough to focus on this area that you have highlighted with this color, you understand, and it will drag the person's attention. Obviously, I want to believe that that is the goal for this, you understand, and obviously as you get to learn to work with this, it will help you a lot. in trying to deliver quality content to whatever you are doing, whatever business you are doing, whatever client you are working with, and the rest. It will help you boost your level of communication as well. So we will quickly go down to the last item, which is the font color. Obviously, this is very important. In all of this, it is very important. Notice that here we have used highlighted color, we have used the styling to apply color and shadow effect, but this one is specifically the text color. Naturally, the default text color in Microsoft Word is black with a white background, but however, as the need arise, you can change the color wherever necessary. So let's say this are let's say the types of programming language. Okay, number one, let's say C++. Number two, Java. Number three, R. Number four, Python. Okay. Alright, this is just a list of, I just want to illustrate it. Assuming this is a title, for instance, I would probably want to give it a different color. By coming down to the color and just clicked on it, you see that the color have changed to red, because the red is the color that was the default color at that point. I can highlight this again and again and change to whatever color of my choice. I can pick this color, I can pick this color, and if you hover your mouse on it, you notice that the color is changing. Now the color changes based on what you are trying to highlight at that point in time. So once you get the color of your choice, all you have to do is to click on it. If you didn't get the one you want, you can dive into like get more color, do a lot of combination here, do some adjustment until you get the color of your choice. Or you can use the standard color, where you can just look for a particular color of your choice. You select it. This is red, this is yellow. Okay, let me go with this. Click OK. This is very poor. Let me look for something darker. Obviously, I like this one. So that is font color for you. It's not obviously Microsoft Word is not rocket science. It's very simple. It's a very simple application, and Microsoft has done a lot to provide you with tons of tutorial guide materials on how you can use their product very freely and more efficiently. And that's why we are having different version of Microsoft Word. As you can see, the one I'm using right now has ribbon, no longer the drop down menu and the pop out menu and the rest. So most of the command have been buried inside the ribbon, the groups, the ribbon, the tabs, then the groups. You understand? This whole area is the ribbon, as you know by now. Then individually, some of the things you see here, the insert, design, are what we refer to as the tab. So they try to marry all related features together. All related command were being merged in the same tab. Then within different groups, you see that there are different icons similarly and logically related to one another and the rest. So that's how they're able to group some of these things. So that's that for the color. And while trying to format your font, another thing you can do as well, when you highlight the text and you are there for the first second, you see this comes up. So you can quickly make changes without maybe diving down to the top menu to make your changes. So you can easily just stay right here and select this font type, select the size, pick bold, italics, underline, pick a highlighter color and pick a color of your choice and do some other paragraph in here. So I think that's all we can take for today. So please, if you have a question, please comment in the comment section below. Give us your comment, tell us your questions. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. It will help us to grow our channel. Just whatever you're going through within your journey in trying to learn how to use this basic application, we would like to know. Just let us know your experience. Let us know how friendly you found Microsoft Word to be. And I know a lot of people are having challenges working around it, but definitely it's something you can, as you follow through, as we continue to guide ourselves, you'll be able to learn a lot from this particular tutorial. So thank you so much for watching and do have a lovely day.